Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the semifinals. The second half of the broadcast, to be fair, to the semifinals here of the KungFu Cup 2026, week number 2. We just wrapped up with the lower semis of Rogue versus Björn. It was a pretty fast series, really intense, very high-octane games and matches, and I'm sure that trend will continue coming into our upper semis as well. It's going to be a PvP that you should be very familiar with at this point. herO versus Classic, they face off so very often, and very often they trade back and forth. I typically lean a little bit towards herO here, but it can go either way. It can go either way here. Classic and herO, they are the top 2 Protoss players in the world, and they are often hyper aggressive in PvP. I'm ready for the cheese. I'm ready for the proxies. Oh boy. Let's go. I mean, let's go. I'll be shocked if we ever get 3 base play. It could happen. It could. Don't get me wrong. It could happen, but typically we expect 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, more 1 base all-ins. That's what we expect out of these 2 players. Let's go. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Tourmaline, we have the blue Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss for Team Virtus Pro. It is Classic. We go. Here we go. As we are going to be calming down, as we are going to be settling into our initial PvP. And once again, eyes are on our initial openers, on our initial probes as well. It's quite common to see our players open up 2 gates into a proxy pylon across the map. As of late, we have been seeing a lot of greedy play out of Classic, going for faster expansions and faster Nexi, going for like a gate cybercore opener. Both players have been willing to mix that in, so eyes are on both herO and Classic to see if we do see that in this series as well. So far, we're going to be opening up. Second gateway for Classic. Eyes are on herO, second gateway as well. Okay, so 2 gate openers all around. herO comes in with a probe scout. herO is looking for that second pylon. Is searching. And we should be seeing it in the main. No proxy. Okay, yeah, no proxy, no shenanigans. No nonsense. As Classic, he can hide his pylon here on the low ground, and looks like he will. Yeah, hides it at the natural. So fake proxy pylon at a Classic, herO goes for his own pylon in his main, bearing in mind that Classic doesn't even probe scout. This is quite risky actually, especially against herO of all players. So very risky play here by Classic, doesn't even check what's going on. herO, he does recognize that a pylon is missing, he knows something is wrong, something is amiss. We'll see how herO reacts. Does he go for a Robo on 2 bases? Does he go for a Stargate? Does he delay that expansion? That is what Classic is hoping for. Yeah, pylon on the high ground. So very safe play out of herO. Basically, this pylon should be on the low ground to set up a shield battery, to set up your expansion. The high ground pylon tells us that herO is playing very safe. herO is playing scared. And he sends out a second probe. He's looking. Yeah, he's scouting for proxies. You can see the first probe on the bottom right. Second probe is top left. herO is searching for something that doesn't exist. As we can see, Classic expands, or he's setting up for his own Nexus. Classic going to be opening up a double Stalker into a 3rd and 4th Stalker as well. So is herO. And eyes are on this worker, eyes are on the Nexus. Yeah, there's the Nexus, there's the expand. herO doing the same for the most part. Here he does also claim his natural. Ooh, Classic shoots first. Yeah, Classic with a better trade. herO gets caught out, and here he will lose 1 Stalker. Oh no, from behind. Never mind the flank. Yeah, herO does catch him out. They trade 1-to-1. Actually, better trade for herO. Classic takes extra hits. Takes extra damage. Let's get out of here. No! Yeah, he does take extra damage. Classic's on the run. herO coming in once again to intercept. At least trying to. And Classic is in trouble. I believe there are sentries. Yeah, we have sentries as a follow-up. 2 more sentries on the way. Battery now gets thrown down. And both players open Robo. Robo for Classic, Robo for herO. Oh, nice hallucinations. Okay. Here he can tank a couple of volleys. But I don't see him breaking this. Yeah, I don't see him breaking. He's feigning aggression. He just throws away hallucinations. Sure, why not? Be careful. So here it does consolidate. Likewise, here shades into the main. Not bad. Gets 1, 2. Getting up to 3. Just 2. 2 probe kills, not ideal. Trades 1-to-1. 2 deaths for 2 workers. And again, we are building it from here. Both players going to their own war prisms, into their own immortal production. From here, we could just expand, claim a third, and build up into the mid game and actually slow things down. We haven't seen extra gateways yet. We haven't really seen too much of a commitment into aggression. Here we're just focusing on harass. Going for the Twilight Council, going for a later timing into Blink. Or just straight into charge, or into even Glaive Adepts. True. They do split each other. You can see here attempt to intercept. Yeah, here's in position. Classic does actually veer off towards the right hand side. Ooh, Classic, he does rotate a little bit too hard. It goes into his main base. They do hit the natural. Gets 1. Takes down 1 probe. Meanwhile, 2 others are shaded to the natural as well. They get across the map into the natural of herO. They're on A move. Yeah, they were on A move. No target firing. Immortal into the main base, catching out 3 probes. A little bit more damage. No surprises here. There's Glaives, so it is going to be an all-in. Heroes being hyper-aggressive Glaive Adepts do not scale well into a longer game. We can get a third base just for some saturation, but this is going to be quite committed. Oh, Classic is taking up even further into Blink. So Glaives from one, Blink from the other. Still no third base, still no expand from either player. Here we're moving into the main. So is Classic. Here is in position in his own main base. So is Classic though. Gotta be careful. Here he wants to trade. Shields are triggered. Zones away the Stalkers. herO, a bit of an F2. He does move out across the map. He commits. He does commit across. Classic hits the main. Getting 1, 2, 3 probe kills. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Yeah, it's getting out of hand here. 5 probes going down. herO, he commits everything across the map. He's going for the all-in. Just a massive 2-base all-in from herO. This also means that these 2 Immortals are not at home to defend. Yeah, Classic has less army to defend back at home. herO going for the dive. Blink is not going to be a factor. Blink is too late. Immortal goes down. Nice pickup. And here he shades in. Yeah, he shades into the main base. He commits. He's going for the main army. The boys are being pulled. Can he get the Immortal? Oh, barely cannot. Adept save rotates. herO pushing into the natural. Nice force field. The natural is just completely shut down. Yeah, the natural does fall for Classic. At the same time, here he's defending back at home. He's trying to. Yo, he's got the slow warp. He's got the slow zealot defense. Ooh. Would you get a recall? Does recall to the natural. This is only half the army. Classic, he'll lose everything. Yeah, he'll lose everything here. The Immortals get targeted down. Here he can always micro back. He can juggle his units. He should save the Immortal. And he does. Clutch save out of herO. 41 probe kills. Across the map, herO still mining. herO can always recall. He will kill the natural. The force fields, they continue. There's the recall. And herO has a 1-base economy. Classic does not. Classic has 1 probe. There's 1 probe left. Classic is shut down. They get a very chaotic game here with almost like a base trade essentially. Glaive's never finished. Blink did, but GG gets called and herO takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played again. A very chaotic game one here between herO and Classic. We were both kind of playing the same style, to be honest. Both herO and Classic went for the natural bases, went into the Robo follow-up, and went into the Twilight Council. Classic went Blink, herO went Glaives. The big difference, the big deciding factor was that Classic went for a counter drop across the map, and he committed into a warp-in as well. He was quite committed across the map. Meanwhile, herO, he just sent everything across. He went for the all-in. Meanwhile, Classic basically split up his army into two. Right, he had 2 Immortals and like 4 Stalkers across the map, harassing in the main base, whereas he had the rest of his army at home, whereas herO had everything together. He had everything all together, was able to break that natural, break the main. GG. GG, well played, and with that, we are now getting into game number 2, going to be loading into Mothership. Let's go. It was a base trade, but Classic was only using half his army, essentially, right? Like, So Classic's army was split, herO's was, for the most part, not. And let's go, we're loading into game number 2, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Mothership, we have the South Korean Protoss player, we have the blue Protoss representing T1. It is herO. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player, the red Protoss himself, representing Virtus Pro. It is a Classic. Let's go. Let's go. As we're settling into game number 2. And from here, welcome to Mothership. Mothership is a 3-player spawn map. There are 3 possible spawn locations: bottom side, top right, or top left. Now, last game, both players were very adverse to expanding and really focusing on their economies. Here on Mothership, there are a lot of proxy locations, and oh, do you see what I see? Proxy. You can see here the rally with the probe in between top left and bottom side. So here he plans on proxying in between the bases, despite not scouting, going for a blind proxy here in the center. Here is moving in. Classic going get expand. Oh no! Classic being hyper greedy. Gate into Nexus before the Cybercore, before the second gateway. Hyper greed here out of Classic. And here comes the proxy. Here comes the cheese out of herO. Now, herO doesn't know where his opponent is. Unfortunately for herO, he's set up here to push in towards the south side. He's closer to the southern spawn location, not the northern spawn location. So herO, he gambled a little bit, and he did gamble incorrectly. And is this Stargate or Robo? That's what I'm most curious by. What's it going to be? Classic does probe scout. He does confirm that a pylon is missing, and it is a Robo 1 base all in. And again, because of the RNG factor here of this map, it does mean that this proxy is going to be hitting a little bit later, but it is still favored against the build of Classic. That's the issue here, is that it is still heavily favored, as Classic is being hyper greedy, and a 1 base all in is the good response, is the response to this. It's the ideal response. And herO confirms, yep. Here he confirms the Nexus, confirms the timing of the Stargate. herO should be feeling good about this. Should be feeling good. He's now rallying across the map. Classic, he knows something is wrong. He doesn't know what exactly is being proxied. Technically, this could be a proxy Stargate, proxy Robo, proxy Gateway, proxy Twilight Council. There are different options available to herO. And we should be seeing Void Ray first. Yeah, Void Ray's on the way, getting safety batteries. Classic preparing for the worst. He's trying to prepare for the worst. herO does nice and mining. Does an eye. Prism is on the way. This is the correct response going for the Forge. If you've been watching Max Packs as of late, because your production is so limited as a defending player, because you only have 1 gateway, the Forge and defensive cannons does help quite a bit. That is the most recent kind of variation of defense. Prism does take a lot of damage. So far, so good for Classic. He is holding on. Meanwhile, here come the Warp-ins. Here with 3 gates. Again, he wants that Void Ray. Nice juggling, nice control. He can micro back. He can micro back. Void Ray taking a lot of hits. Ooh, bit of miscontrol there out of herO. Yeah, it does miscontrol. One Stalker goes down. That should not have happened. Second Void Ray does arrive, and herO is deflected. So again, some messy micro out of herO. Did lose the Stalker. Batteries are finishing. Cannon as well. herO, does he have enough anymore? Oh. Better control. Okay, now herO's locked in. Now he's locked in. Nice micro. Rotates into the main. This is the advantage here of having the War Prism. You can go back and forth. And Classy doesn't see. No, he doesn't see. He doesn't see the rotation. Classy, he commits here so hard into cannons and shield batteries, and none of the stack defense is going to help. It's all at the natural, not the main. And we kept the production. We kept the production. One Void Ray goes down. He gets one. He's going for the other. Pulling back, trying to bait the Void Rays with out of range of the batteries. Boys are being pulled. Desperation out of Classic. And getting desperate. Once again, nice juggling, nice control. Does micro back, doesn't lose any Stalkers. Going for the Warpin as well. Void Rays are low. Yeah, the Void Rays are low. Ooh, one Void Ray goes down. There's one Void Ray left. GG gets called, and herO, he will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Again, Classic, he was doing everything correct given his position, given the fact that he was being greedy, he was cutting corners, he did end up going for the Forge into cannons, and you saw he had, what was it, like 4 shield batteries and 3 cannons on the low ground. Like, he had so much stack defense committed at the natural. But one of the advantages of going for a fast War Prism is you can rotate, right? You can rotate back and forth, and we saw that herO, he was able to slip into the main base, and Classic had no vision. He had no vision, he had no spotter pylon in the main base, or he didn't see the rotation to the top side, and herO was able to break through, avoiding all that side defense. GG. If that wasn't the case, if herO was denied, by the way, if he was denied the drop into the main and forced to push into the natural, there's a very high chance that Classic defends. There's a very high chance that Classic holds, defends, shuts it down, and then we see a game 3, right? We see an ace match instead. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we do have our grand finals here. It's going to be a best of 5 between herO and Beyond. Let's go.